Hello everyone, welcome to rsumlife. Hope you're all doing good. Today we are gonna learn about strawberries, how to plant them, the soil amendments and the fertilization, and most importantly, how to put them in the ground. This is our strawberry patch, which is close to 2 years old, and this has produced like tons and tons of strawberries, which were absolutely delicious. And it's high time for me to actually take out all the strawberry plants, do a proper soil amendment and replant it. So I thought, let me do a video on how to plant strawberries, because many of you have asked and have faced issues with planting strawberries, and there are a couple of tricks which needs to be followed, which will lead to a very happy and successful strawberry plants. And once you plant a strawberry, that will give runners, and you literally don't need to buy any more strawberry plants anytime soon. So these are the baby runners. These are the runners basically. If you happen to see, based on the plant size or the crown part of it, we can say which year of the strawberry that is. So this is definitely a fresh baby plant, and that is the crown part. We're going to talk more about what is a crown and how we have to put the plants into the soil, everything about strawberries today. Strawberries are definitely heavy feeders, and strawberry plant has a life cycle of 4 years. So the first year you'll not be getting much of strawberries. Even if you get something, it'll be tiny, and it is said that it's advisable not to let the strawberry to fruit. Instead, let it get into the soil and let it focus on the plant. Second year and the third year are the times when you get the heavy uh, crop of strawberries, and the fourth year is almost at the end stage of the strawberries. So here I was able to take out all the strawberries. It's a combination of the third year and second year and fresh strawberries also. I took out all the strawberry plants, loosen up the soil, and now we are going to talk about the soil amendments. Soil amendments is pretty important. These are my go-to soil amendments. This is the rock dust, which has a lot of trace minerals, and I do have cow manure, biochar, neem powder, and a little bit of Epsom salt. So here we are going to put each of the soil amendments into the raised bed. So here I'm putting the neem powder, which is pretty important because this will have any of the residual bugs, the larvae, which can be almost taken care of. I did notice a lot of gerbs in there, so I just handpicked those. And this is the Epsom salt. Epsom salt is, I do put a little bit of Epsom salt to my soil because it will help in the growth. It'll give a vigor. And biochar is pretty important. It homes good bacteria. I mean, it homes for the microbes and good bacteria to grow in, and it also holds the soil moisture. And the cow manure, this is the rock dust. Rock dust has lots and lots of trace minerals, which is extremely important for our soil. And of course, cow manure. Lot of cow manure goes in. I put almost like half a bag of it because strawberries are very heavy feeders. So it's good to give them a good feed of good sources of nitrogen and all these trace minerals, which will help the plants to give healthy fruit and good set of runners also. I did do a separate video on soil amendments where I explain each and every um, part of the soil amendments, why we need to do it. If you want to check out that video, it is there in the playlist. And now we just go in and mix it up. So basically I don't like completely till it into the soil. It's almost on the surface level or a little bit, it goes a little bit deep, because the roots will go a max of say 4 inches or to 8 inches depth. So you don't need to like go much further down. A good rain will take care of all this stuff. I'm just taking out like any of the weeds which were there, and try to loosen up the soil as much as possible. Definitely try to put good organic material into your soil. That will help a lot. So now these are all the plants. There were tons and tons of strawberry plants. um, this is year 2 plant, I believe, because if you look at the crown part of it, right, so that is the crown part of it, and the roots go in, and the upper part is the stem part of it. So you, the main thing with strawberries is the crown has to be above, right above the soil. It should not be buried into the soil, or it should not be above the soil, in the sense the root should not be shown. I am going to show you guys exactly how the process would be. And look at all these strawberry plants. I'm trying to separate it based on the age of the strawberries. This is definitely age 3, year 3 strawberries, because if you look at the roots and the crown, it's definitely aged one. Looking at the plant, I'm at this stage able to say which year the plant would be. And I actually got all these strawberry plants as a bare root, and I did put the bare roots into the soil, and all the baby plants you see are the runners which came throughout these years. So I didn't actually plant everything in. Mostly, I planted as many as we want, and definitely gave to our friends too. So now let's start planting the strawberries into the ground. So as I was saying, the roots has to go into the soil, but the crown has to sit right above the soil. It should not be buried. The most cases where the strawberry plant is not going correct is the spots where the crown is being buried into the soil. That so just that part has to be into the soil, just until the roots has to be into the soil, and the crown has to be on top of the soil. So when you put the strawberries into the ground, just fan out all these roots so that it's not like a clump at one place. So instead, like, try to fan out all the roots and gently put the plant into the soil. You don't need to stomp on it. Just gently put the plant into the soil and just press it around very gently though. So this is how it looks like, and you see just right above the soil. The crown has to just sit right above the soil. This is the place where many of us do the mistake, where we bury the crown and say, like, complain that the plant isn't growing well. Of course, my little one has to be involved in all the growing. she she planted couple of strawberry plants, and I was trying to explain her, like, how to put the plant in, and of course she is learning a lot of new things daily. So this is a easier way. Just hold the plant until the crown part with one hand, and try to put the soil around with other hand. Generally, if you find if the roots are too much, just, like, try to comb it out. And if you really think like it's way too long, just trim or just a part of it. Today it was a lot of work. This cleaning and doing soil amendments was a painful was a painful activity, I'll be honest. And actually, separating these plants, right, that was more pain. Separating the plants based on the age of it, in the sense, if it is in the third year or the second year, or like a baby plant. So basically, if it is on the third year, it's not going to do any good other than giving runners. Of course, runners are very important, because with the runners, which means like we are getting free plants, and we'll be getting more strawberries going forward. Strawberries does give runners in the year one itself. So whenever you have one of the tip actually I have for you guys is, try to when you prepare a strawberry patch, try to have a separate empty strawberry patch, in the sense like empty spot for planting these runners. So that's one of the thing which I have to do, to prepare like empty parts for all these runners, because once you take out those runners from the main patch and you plant it separately, which means like, in the year two, you know exactly that these plants are year two, and you'll be getting a heavy crop from it. Year two and year three are heavy crop producing years. Last year we had like a bumper crop of strawberries. We still have some of the strawberries sitting in the freezer. Can you guys believe, like, we had like good strawberries, which we could use it for smoothies and pancakes for all over the winter, and we still have like a couple of strawberries sitting in the freezer. Growing strawberries, if you know this technique of planting the strawberries into the soil, where you fan out the roots, put it into soil, and the crown has to be just right above the soil. It should not be buried. Then you have a good success rate of growing strawberries. The second one is soil amendments. Since strawberries are heavy feeders, give them good organic cow manure and compost. I didn't put bone meal. I'm gonna sprinkle bone meal after my batch is ready. I have to grind the bones. By the way, I make bone meal at home. If you guys do want to check out that video, do check it out. It's extremely easy to make bone meal at home. You don't need to buy it from the store. Again, it's in the playlist, which is named as DIY garden, or you can check out the videos also. It says it you should be able to find it out. Strawberries are fun to grow, and if you have kids at home, that's like one of the best plant to grow, because kids enjoy picking up the strawberries. In our house, once June starts, we get non-stop supply of strawberries. Oh, by the way, these they're the varieties which I know are two types. One is everbearing strawberries and other one is June-bearing strawberries. Everbearing strawberries are grow all the way from spring to the fall, and you keep getting the fruit. In summers, the size of the fruit will reduce a little bit, and but you still get to eat strawberries the whole year, in the sense the whole growing period from spring to fall. And the other variety is June bearing strawberries, where it produces heavy, big, chunky strawberries, and it just produces in June, and after that it's good. It's gonna just focus on this foliage and the runners instead of any of the fruit. What we have in this batch is actually a combination. We actually started with everbearing, and I had a couple of plants which were June bearing. So not knowingly, I have mixed up the runners into this batch, and now it's a combination of June bearing and everbearing, and we do get lot of we do get handful of fruit even in summers. Even though the size of the fruit is small, we do get to snack on strawberries in summers and even in fall. Coming to the next point of liquid fertilizers, I do put in fish fertilizer, and I do put in what is that, lactic acid bacteria, that liquid too. And at times I do put fermented rice water to the plants whenever we have it in excess. And one of the tip is, before harvesting strawberries, try to water it before 30 minutes before you harvest. They tend to be more juicy. That's one of the trick what I have learned in this couple of years. So before you harvest, like, water the plants and then harvest the fruit, it'll be more juicy and it'll be more hydrated basically. So this is the video. Today was like a long day working in the yard because it's gonna rain tomorrow the whole day. I wanted to finish this work, and when the content is ready, I will thought like, and I'll just make this video and get it to you guys. Strawberries are really fun to grow. Just started, and oh, this is the one, like, after watering it, I noticed that the roots are getting shown, which isn't correct. So I was just trying to fix it. So I was saying, like, strawberries are fun to grow. It's once you start it, you'll keep getting the runners and you keep getting the more fruit. So try growing it, and if you happen to like this video, do hit the subscribe button. And if you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. And if you have any compliments, I would love to hear it too. And you all guys have an awesome life, happy and healthy gardening. Bye now, take care. Grow those strawberries, those are really fun. And I'm gonna give all these runners to our friends who are interested to grow strawberries. Alrighty, bye. Take care.